Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I sincerely hope you folks enjoyed your weekend, and I sincerely hope you folks had a truly blessed and wonderful Monday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is the list of all the National Day holidays from my National Day Calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day holiday. Also tonight, right after my National Day Calendar segment, I will have my famous birthday segment for you guys, where it features our famous people who were born on this day. Also tonight, in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we're expecting for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the remainder of this week, the upcoming weekend, and on to the start of next week. So without further ado, let's get things started here on this Monday night as we have another fresh start to the week. And also as we conclude this day. And of course, today was National Cheesesteak Day. So how many of you have been craving for some cheesesteaks, the taste of Philadelphia? On this day, National Cheesesteak Day not only celebrates a fantastic sandwich, but it recognizes one of this nation's greatest debates. Who created this deliciousness? It's like March Madness for a cheesesteak. Pat's and Geno's square off at 10 a.m. followed by Chubby's and D'Alessandro's at 11 a.m. Both times Eastern, because Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia, lies in Eastern time zone. Then Jim's and Tony Luke's at noon. Basketball fans know how brackets go. Someone is going to get a bye. And of course, you know how bracketing is during this time of year with all the March Madness going on. With the basketball, with the bracketing. And of course, bracketing is not just about basketball. Of course, this is, of course, bracket season. However, the credit is given to a hot dog vendor from the 1930s, Pat Olivieri. According to Philadelphia's tourism site, Pat's King of Steaks sits on its original location and is still going strong. This writer has had a cheesesteak from there and would go back in a heartbeat. The important thing is this fabulous juicy sandwich. The important thing is this fabulous juicy sandwich is on a hoagie roll. The roll is filled with chip steak, and you can order it with or without cheese and onions. If you've never had one, you can really only get an authentic one in Philly. Other places try, so go where you can, but someday go to Philadelphia. It's the real deal. I've never even been to Philadelphia, but of course, you know me. I'd like to have a steak, but I'd have to skip the cheese because you know I'm not a cheese eater. I don't eat. I'm not an eater. You just have to hold the cheese on mine because I'm one of those persons who does not eat cheese. So here's how it's observed. Invite your friends and head over to your favorite cheesesteak restaurant. Of course, we have a few. We have a couple of local Philly. We have a couple of local Philly cheesesteak restaurants here in town. One of them is called What a Philly. I think it's sits on the west side of town on the Pines Road right off I-20. Just like when you're for instance, if you're en route to Greenwood or if you're en route to Texas, especially if you're coming from Texas on I-20, where you're coming from Dallas or wherever in Texas, and if you're on I-20 and you take the Pines Road exit, that will be exit number 10. Take the Pines Road exit. It's like on the north side of the interstate. I believe some years back it was a Dairy Queen. Actually, it was a Dairy Queen there for many years. Before it closed and became a Dax wing and bar, but then didn't do well. But I believe it's called What a Philly now. So again, invite your friends and head over to your favorite cheesesteak restaurant, even if you have to drive or fly all the way out to Philly. Get it with cheese. It's cheesesteak day, not steak day, so add the onions too. Make your own cheesesteak. Give a shout out to a restaurant that makes your favorite cheesesteak, and use hashtag National Cheesesteak Day to share on social media. For an authentic cheesesteak, many tell you, for an authentic cheesesteak, many will tell you they put cheese whiz on the cheesesteak. In 2021, Rene Cobietri and other Philadelphia chefs built a 510-foot cheesesteak. Okay. In 2021, Rene Cobietri and other Philadelphia chefs built a 510-foot cheesesteak. So I'm not sure if I've never gone to. I've even tasted one of those in my life, probably because I do not eat cheese, but I wouldn't mind settling for one. But I just have to have it without the cheese. So that wouldn't necessarily fit my cravings category. I'd have to have a cheese-free one, to be honest with you. Or I guess I'll just have to pass it up. And also today was National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. When it comes to a national day, a chocolate covered raisin or a box of them is worth celebrating. On this day, National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day celebrates raisins coated in a shell of either milk chocolate or dark chocolate. Moviegoers have been snacking on chocolate covered raisins for many, many years. Somehow, popcorn and a box of chocolate covered raisins go together perfectly. It doesn't matter the kind of movie either. Chocolate covered raisins are also a conventional bulk vending item across the country. You know, like Raisinets, something and things like that. In some countries, chocolate covered raisins are known as Raisinets, as I just mentioned. Raisinets produce the first and one of the most popular brands of the product. Currently made by Nestle, they are the third largest selling candy in United States history. The Blumenthal Chocolate Company introduced the Raisinets to the United States in 1927, and then in 1984, Nestle acquired the brand. However, a large number of other brands produce chocolate-covered raisins for us to enjoy. Raisins are an excellent source of calcium, potassium, iron, fiber, and vitamin B. When you combine the raisins with dark chocolate, you have a great tasting, healthy snack. So here's how to observe. Enjoy your favorite brand of chocolate-covered raisins. Find a recipe and make your own chocolate-covered raisins. Use hashtag chocolate-covered raisin day to post on social media. Raisins can be covered in either white. Raisins can be covered in either white chocolate, milk chocolate, or dark chocolate. A 1/4 cup of a 1/4 cup of chocolate covered raisins contains approximately 190 calories. And of course, let's see. Now, excuse me. Not only was today National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day and National Cheesesteak Day, today also was National Cocktail Day. Now let's take a look at your famous birthdays. Here of all our famous people who have celebrated their birthday earlier today on this Monday, March 24th, the second to last Monday in March. Today, gymnast Amaya Bennett. Today, gymnast Amaya Bennett turns 14. TV actor Christopher Braining turns 27. TV actor Jim Parsons turns 52. Wrestler The Undertaker turns 60. Pop singer Jack Johnson turns 29. Football player, legendary NFL player Peyton Manning turns 49. Rock singer Ethel Cain turns 27. Pop singer Mina turns 28. Movie actress Jessica Chastain turns 48. TV actor Braylon Rankins turns 18. TV show host Mary Berry turns 90. Pop singer Tony Romiti turns 30. Dancer Valentin Chervosky turns 30, however that's pronounced. Football player DeMar Hamlin turns 27. Basketball NBA player Chris Bosh turns 41. Fashion designer Tommy Hilfiger turned 74. Entrepreneur Alan Sugar turned 78. TV actress Allison Hannigan turns 51. R&B singer Nevia turns 43. Pop singer Park Baum turns 41. Rapper Vincent Lamont Mason Jr. turns 55. Sportscaster Jack Edwards turns 68. Soul singer Cleo Soul turns 35. And that's just about done with my list of my famous birthdays who were born on this day or from earlier today, Monday, March 24th. And now, before I get to your weather segment, let's take a recap of your NCAA March Madness. Of course, we've had it was an entire busy weekend with the with the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments in full swing, and now we have our brackets. Now we have our brackets filler of all the teams that will be advancing to this year's Sweet 16. And I'm gonna take a look at your final scores from both Saturday, which is the 22nd, and Sunday, which is the 23rd. In the second round of the Midwest Regional, 4th seed Purdue takes the victory over McNeese. Final score 76-62. In the second round of the second round games, in the West Region, 10th seed Arkansas upset 2nd seed St. John 75-66. In the South Region, 5th seed Michigan defeats Texas A&M 91-79. Also in the West Region, 3rd seed Texas Tech defeats Drake. Final score 77-64. The top seed in the South Region, Auburn, defeats Creighton 82-70. In the East, in the 6th seed in the East Region, BYU defeats Wisconsin 91-89. And also the top seed in the Midwest region, Houston defeats Gonzaga 81-76. And in the second seed in the Midwest region, Tennessee tops UCLA 67-58. Now let's take a recap of your March Madness scores of all your March Madness action that was taking place on Sunday, which of course that was yesterday. The top seed in the West region, Florida defeats UConn 77-75. So UConn will not repeat themselves as NCAA men's champions. Also, the top seed in the East region, Duke defeats Baylor 89-66. In the Midwest region, 3rd seed Kentucky defeats Illinois 84-75. The 2nd seed in the East region, Alabama defeats St. Mary's 80-66. The 4th seed in the West region, Maryland defeats Colorado State by 1 point, 72-71. That was a close one. Also, another top seed upset. 6th seed Ole Miss in the South region defeats Iowa State 91-78. Also, the 2nd seed in the South region, Michigan State defeats New Mexico 71-63. And finally, the 4th seed in the East region, Arizona defeats Oregon 87-83. And I watched that one last night. And of course, here's take a look at my bracket. Here's a look up the NCAA men's bracket of all the and you see have our bracket fill of all the games that will be taking place this coming Thursday and Friday. Now, the Sweet 16 regional semifinals, the East regional semifinals will take place this coming Thursday night at 6:09 p.m. And this game will be on CBS between the 6th seed BYU and Alabama. Also, on Thursday at 6:39 p.m. on TBS in the West Regional, that will be between 4th seed Maryland and top seed in the West Region, Florida. And also later on Thursday night in the East Regional, 4th seed Arizona we have 4th seed Arizona and the top seed in the East Region, Duke, on CBS. And also Thursday night in the West Regional, that will be between 10th seed Arkansas and 3rd seed Texas Tech, also on TBS Thursday night, 9:09 p.m. So here are your teams that during the Sweet 16. Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Florida. Okay, Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Duke, Arizona, BYU, Alabama, Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, Tennessee. Could any of those 16 teams reach the... So any one of those teams, that 16 teams, only one can win the championship. And also the men, also the South and Midwest regionals would take place on Friday. The South and Midwest regional games will take place on Friday. And of course, I'll go over the women's scores. I'll try to go over the women's scores in tomorrow night's video due to the limited amount of time that I have. And of course, we do talk with... What I do want to talk to you guys about tonight is of course, tomorrow is expected to be a record-setting day for us here in Shreveport. Following that, we will have a period of very unsettled weather as we close out the week out. And of course, we do have multiple days of decent rain chances on the way. Let you guys know when those arrive and how much rain we could be looking at. Dry conditions to persist overnight into Tuesday with temperatures ranging from low 50s in the 50s. Dry conditions to persist overnight into Tuesday with temperatures ranging from low 50s in the dry conditions to persist overnight into Tuesday with temperatures ranging from lows in the 50s to highs in the mid 80s. So what you see here, so still stable conditions to persist through Tuesday. We have mostly clear skies tonight and tomorrow. Going to your Tuesday, expect mostly sunny skies. So that's what's on the way for tomorrow. Now, of course, we could be talking about near record highs for Tuesday. A warm front will lift back northward across the region on Tuesday, bringing near record high temperatures for many locations with mid to upper 80s expected area-wide. So this is the surface map for Tuesday afternoon. Warm front lifts back north across the region. Also near record high temperatures expected. Of course, tomorrow's high temperature in Shreveport could actually get higher than this. Above normal temperatures as well as above normal rainfall appear more likely across our region through the end of March and heading into April. This portends a generally unsettled pattern during this last week of March, with multiple weather disturbances expected to affect the region. So, say warm and wet into March. So could March be going out like a lion? So so temperatures are likely going to remain above normal. So we do not expect to see any cool downs with the system anytime soon. So do not expect any sharp cold fronts to cross through anytime soon. And of course, this is leaning above normal rainfall. So we could be talking about fairly decent amounts on the way, especially later this week for us. So we could be talking about several days of decent rain chances. So I hope you're all enjoying the nice and mild and pleasant days while we have them. Nice and pleasant days and abundant sunshine while we have them. Because we just had a plethora of severe storms that affected the area last night. So that thunder was something, wasn't it? Averages for this day: normal high 73, normal low is 49. 90 is the record high set on this day back in 1929. 32 is the record low set on this day back in 2006. So we're not under any watches and warnings here on this Monday night. Dense fog advisory is across. This is well out of the Arctic region. This is into portions of south and east Louisiana, into portions of south and western Mississippi. So that's not affecting us. And of course, we are all quiet here on this Monday night if you look on the Shreveport radar. But not so likely if you look on the regional radar. We have a disturbance across a portion of eastern Missouri into portions of northern Kentucky, and also portions of Illinois and Indiana. Also, if you come down south into just off the Florida Gulf Coast, on Florida's their so-called West Coast, of course, have a disturbance coming through it. In fact, the Tampa St. Petersburg area is getting affected with the number of showers and storms here on this Monday night. So we just had, I believe that's that same system that came through giving us the chance to so we've had a rather stormy ending to the weekend as expected. But we just had there are also reports of hail across some parts of the area, especially late Sunday night. Of course, we've seen the storm. We've seen the storms persisting through the area late night, late evening to overnight hours into actually early this morning long before daybreak. Now, of course, we've seen cloud. We started off with clouds. Those clouds eventually get gave way to nightly sunshine during this Monday afternoon, giving us a nice and pleasant start to the week. Also, we've seen conditions rather breezy, but not too breezy. That disturbance that came, that's what gave us a nice and pleasantly warm start to the week, with daytime high temperatures reaching the upper 70s for the most part. Temperature outside here on this Monday night is 59 degrees with clear skies. Humidity is 68%. Dew point is 48 degrees. Winds are calm. And barometric pressure is at 30.02 inches of mercury. Warm temperatures over the western and central U.S. Warm to hot spring-like temperatures will expand in coverage over the western and central U.S. this week. Numerous record-tying or breaking record highs. Warm to hot spring-like temperatures will expand in coverage over the western and central U.S. this week. Numerous record-tying or breaking highs will be possible from Texas west through the desert southwest into the west coast. So we could be talking about so that includes us because we have a high temperature tomorrow that could so we could be some of us could be dealing with some record early season heat. So we'll be some of us could be experiencing our very first taste of summer. Even though this is only early spring. Good evening to you, Jessica. How are you doing on this Monday night? How was your day today? Mine was pretty busy, but all in all, it was a great day for me. Even though it was kind of busy, you know how Mondays are. Weekends just aren't long enough. So tonight, so normally we should be in the upper 40s, but we'll be a few degrees above. Normal. So expect. Well, but yeah. But where we are, we're supposed to get up. We're supposed to get to have highs in the upper 80s tomorrow. Extremely warm for tomorrow. So tonight, expect seasonally mild temperatures overnight. So we'll start out first thing tonight. Tomorrow morning, the low temperature 52. So start tonight. First thing tomorrow morning, with the low temperature 53 degrees with clear skies. We have the light south. We have winds from the south. So tonight with clear skies, we should bottom out at 53 degrees with the south wind at 4 miles per hour. No rain is expected. Now tomorrow going to your Tuesday will be mostly cloudy and very warm. And of course, I'll have the latest update on severe weather that we could be expecting late this week into the upcoming weekend. High temperature tomorrow, 89 degrees. We'll have a northwest wind at 6 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain tomorrow for your Tuesday. So tomorrow's gonna be an unusually warm day for us. So, in fact, just at some point earlier this month, Shreveport actually had a high temperature of 90 degrees. So it could be possible that we may hit the 90 degree. So tomorrow we're gonna be dealing with a day of unusual warmth. As many of us are top on the upper 80s, close to 90. So expect skies to be generally clear in overnight hours tonight, with temperatures bottoming out in at least in the low to mid 50s, falling at least in the mid 50s. So we'll start out tomorrow morning 6 a.m. with clear skies. So we'll start out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with clear skies. We should be at 54 degrees. 9 a.m. tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. We should be at 64 degrees. Noon tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies, we should be up to 80 degrees. 3 p.m. tomorrow evening with partly cloudy skies, we should be at 87 degrees. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening with partly cloudy skies, we should be at 86 degrees. 9 p.m. tomorrow night with clear skies, we should be down to 75 degrees. So many of us, so that means that tomorrow we'll have a previous, so tomorrow will be more like summer instead of what it should feel like during early spring. Of course, this is so today actually begins the first full week of spring. But that won't last because we have multiple disturbances that could bring us decent chances of off and on rain through the much of the remainder of this week. So here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us. After tonight's low temperature, 53 degrees. Of course, that's only a few degrees above normal. I mean, we have a rather seasonably cool start to the day tomorrow. Now, after having a rather seasonably cool amount start today tomorrow. Tomorrow, it would be very warm, mostly cloudy skies. So tomorrow, as you go into your Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies. So tomorrow will be very warm with mostly cloudy skies. High of 89, low of 60. Winds will be from the northwest at 6 miles per hour, and no rain is expected. Now the unusually warm day won't last. The unusual early taste of summer will not last because we have a disturbance that will come through. A cold front is going to come through the area on Wednesday, bringing us a chance of storms. Expect thunderstorms with clouds in the morning, then mix of clouds and sun during the afternoon with a chance of thunderstorms. High of 79, low of 59. Winds will be from the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour, chance of rain 40%. Thursday, of course, we'll take another break from the rain. We'll take another pause on the rain for your Thursday. It will be a very warm day for us with mostly sunny skies. High of 84, low of 60. Winds will be from the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour, and no rain is expected. Looks like that we could be dealing with more widespread rainfall as we go into your Friday. So looks like the ending to the week could be pretty soggy, and so it would be not as warm, but still rather seasonally mild. Expect periods of rain and thunderstorms, breezy conditions in the morning, and expect punting on streets and highways. So prepare yourselves for a wet Friday, wet ending to the week. As you go into your Friday, high of 76, low of 65. Winds will be from the south-southeast at 12 miles per hour. We could see gets up to 29 miles per hour. Chance around 80%. Looks like this upcoming weekend we could have a decent chance of thunderstorms. Severe weather is definitely a possibility for both Saturday and for at least for Saturday. Expect it will be mostly cloudy and very warm with showers and heavy thunderstorms. Storms can bring flooding downpours, hail, damaging wind gusts, and even isolated tornado. Figure Saturday, high of 84, low of 67. Winds will be from the south at 12 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Sunday, expect mostly cloudy skies with a few showers and heavy thunderstorms, although temperatures will be on the warm side. And storms again can bring flooding downpours, hail, damaging wind gusts, and isolated tornado. High of 87, low of 55. Winds will be from the west-southwest at 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 30%. So looks like, and of course, we go into the start of next week as we wrap up the month, as we conclude the month of March. It will be rather comfortable with sunshine. High of 79, low of 54. Winds will be from the northeast at 7 miles per hour. No rain is expected. And of course, as we go into your next Tuesday, which we begin the month of April, of course, next Tuesday is April 1st. Expect mostly sunny skies with highs close to 80. No rain is expected. Next Wednesday, which is the 2nd, expect partly cloudy skies with highs in the low 80s, only a 20%, maybe slight chance for shower or two possible. Highs will be in the low 80s with a 20% rain chance. And expect very warm conditions with cloudy and very warm with a chance of showers possible. Highs will be we have highs in the mid 80s, chance of rain 30%. This will be for next Thursday, which is April 3rd. So we have a day of unusually warm weather, very unusually warm day on the way expected for tomorrow, followed by a decent chance of storm, followed by multiple chances of rain, especially late in the week. into the upcoming weekend. And of course, rainfall totals could reach or exceed at least 2 inches of rain between now and the start of next week. So once again, tomorrow easily the warmest we'll see after the next 7 to 10 days, as we see highs in the upper 80s, almost reaching 90. Of course, we'll have settle into the. Of course, we expect to see temperatures remaining at or above normal over the next 7 to 10 days as expected, and we'll continue to have off and on rain chances. So through at least the end of the weekend. Well, that will be all that I have for you guys here on this Monday night. Once again, my name is Felton Parker. I'm officially signing off here. You guys have a good night. Sleep peacefully. Take care of yourselves and each other. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.